Hello everybody, welcome to Top Secret Garage. Today we have here a 1975 SR5 Corolla, and we're gonna be installing the head. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. Okay, the things that you need, obviously you gotta take the head out. We're gonna be installing and we already took it out. So you need the head gasket, right? The rocker arms, then you got all the bolts, and here's the head. And then we're gonna be putting these side draft Webers and the gaskets. Okay, when you install the head gasket, you gotta make sure it's got these patches over here, this passage, right? You gotta align it here in the front, and then those big holes, those are for the lifters. So you got this little hole here, you put it there, this one right there. This one is a very good head gasket because of the fact that the rings over here, they're made out of metal. So this is very good head gasket. It goes all the way too, it can go in, but then you see how all the lifters align on everything, but you see that passage going that way? That's not good because it's gonna shoot little oil through that little passage over there. That's just gonna leak. So always this to the front, and perfect. Okay. So I mean, you can do this with the head already in the car, but I'm gonna put these carbs already here, so I'm gonna drop the head with the carbs already. That way I don't have to bother over there doing anything. You can do that with the headers because it won't fit, but we can do it with the Webers. Right. We got the carb already here. It's a lot easier to do it outside than doing it over there. So we're gonna go with them. We're gonna drop it now. And then when you put this, make sure that pistons are halfway. The other piston. See how they're halfway? Because whenever we torque the head, we don't want the valves to come down and get bent through one of the pistons. So we do it halfway. We put we put the rocker arm, the rods, everything, and then we put it in time. But for now, it's gonna stay like that, so we don't bend any valves. Okay. There it is. It's got two pins in the bottom that hold the head in place, and they're already in there. So this head is ready to go.
Did you say double springs?
Oh yeah, this one has double springs because it got a 288 cam. So if you can see, there's double springs in there. So now we're gonna throw the rocker on, the rods, torque it, and put the header in there. Get this baby rolling. Okay. When you put this, you gotta make sure these align with each one, like that, and that's how you know that you're putting it right. Okay, they're there right now. I forgot to tell you guys, whenever you torque this, you torque it from the middle to the outside. Not like this, you crisscross it, because if you do it wrong, if you do it like that, it's gonna smash the head gasket. So we start here in the middle. This is already 65. From here, and then you go across like that. Then you come over here. Cross again, across. Alright, this car has officially had the heads installed. Okay, after a very hard time struggling with these rubber things, I managed to put them in there. Now, this is the next step over here. This goes to this side of the head, the long ones. There's short and long. Right, the long ones go this side.
Carburetor side?
No, they go on the exhaust side. And then the short ones, they go on the left side, the carburetor side. Just dump it in there. This moves back like this. You can move it back and just dump it in there. Like that. See how they don't go in? We gotta spin the engine, and we're gonna put one by one, and then we're gonna calibrate them. Okay, what we're doing is you gotta unloose this bolt over here, and then you can unscrew this up, and then in the bottom, then it will go in like this, like that. And then just basically hit it up until it gets a little bit hard, so it will stay there. This one we gotta spin the engine. That means the cam is pushing on the valve right now. That's why we can put it in there. But the rest we can still do it. Oh, I got that rubber out. Okay, we already put the rods over here. So that we're gonna calibrate this, the exhaust side at 13, and the driver's and the intake side at 10. So this we're already on this side, so it's a little tight. You want to do this, you know, where it moves, but it's, you know, it's a little tight, not too loose. Let me see. I think this one is also there too. This one is a little bit too loose still. There's some plane there, so this one we have to redo. That's a lot. And then if you don't do it right, I mean, it's not gonna harm the engine or whatever, but still it's gonna sound like you have a maracas inside your engine. So it's always, you know, always good to do it right. Okay, we already put the head, all of them, the calibrator ready, nice and tight. To take the rubbers out, they keep popping out, but whatever. So we put this already. It's only 2 bolts with the gasket in the middle. Now we're gonna put the headers. This is a pain in the butt sometimes, and then doesn't matter how you do it, almost every single time they always leak. So people put double gasket, or they put silicone, or I don't know, but they bend. This is a disaster with headers, but hopefully it's not gonna be a disaster right now with this one. Once we do that, put the cover, throw the radiator, put some coolant, ignition. I'll show you in a little bit how to put that too. We'll see.
We like.
Okay. We already calibrated the valves. I know. Said that. We just tightened the header. We put the alternator in because this was already out. But when you change the head, you don't have to take that out. We rebuilt the engine, so that's why it was out. We put a little bit of oil on top of everything, and with the rubber things that were killing us, we glue them in there with crazy glue. Put a little crazy glue, put them in there in the meantime, so we can put the head in there. So now, if you come over here, we put the engine here at 0, right? We put it there at 0, and we make sure the piston is up, which is already, and this has to move and be able to spin. That means that the valve is dead center on the first. So once that is at 0, and you know that valve is dead, then we put this to number 1 according to this. We put the cap in there, and wherever it says 1, then we mark it in the ignition there. So when we put this, we want to make sure it's facing number 1, and the car is going to be in time. Ponle pausa.
Esta.
Ahí está. Esperando.
Sí.
Okay. When we want to put the ignition, these two ignitions are different. This one is thinner, this one is fatter, this one is shorter, this one is longer. So when we want to put this one in, it was here in the intake. So we have to go to the shop, to the top secret garage shop, and get this one.
A top secret ignition.
So now, like I said, we marked that at 1 here, and when we put it in there, we want to make sure that this cap is hitting that 1, but it's tricky. Because you got this thing in the inside that you have to be playing around like with the screwdriver and move it around. Got one in, but it's still not there.
It's almost there.
Un poquito, vale. Okay, we managed to put the ignition in. We already plugged it in, and then if you see the bottom a 0, and then this one is aligned with the number 1. It's aligned, and this bulb is dead. That means this car is on time as of right now. So let's finish putting the things that we got. Just gotta do the fuel. Car's already got water. Put the battery, crank and put some oil and crank it up.